Hi, this is Daniel Salas. I'm going to be going over the TRP demo on the RVASPs. Let's say we have a scenario where Joel Van Dyne has just signed up for a new TRP solution and wants to send some cryptocurrency to Buck Mulligan. So first, Buck Mulligan's going to need to register onto the RVASP test server to get an LN URL. So let's just say he registers himself. So we'll do that now. RVASP register -a openvasp.test.net.io. The name is obviously Buck Mulligan. -T is the asset type. These are enumerated, so 3 would be Bitcoin, and then we can just give him the wallet address of this UUID. So you see we have the customer ID here and the travel address. Now, if Joel Van Dyne has the customer ID, she can actually get his LN URL using RVASP get travel address. Again, we're going to need to specify the address of the TRP server. That I will give the customer ID, and we can get Buck Mulligan's LN URL right here. So now that she has that LN URL, Joel can actually perform a transfer and initiate the steps that will need to be taken before she can actually send Buck some currency. So we can do an RVASP transfer -L, specify the LN URL, the asset type, which is Bitcoin, the amount M. Let's say Joel doesn't know anything about Bitcoin and she just wants to send him one, not knowing how much that is. And for a callback, we can do something like, because we're just on localhost right now, localhost 5/transfer confirmation. And then we can actually give a transfer ID with this callback. You can see it actually uses this for the full-on callback. It's been approved on the server. So if we want to actually look at the transfer, we can do something like RVASP get transfer. Again, we need to specify the address. And then we could just pass in the transfer ID here. This is going to need to be an I. And we can see the transfer is on the server. It's in status 1, which means pending. 2 would be approved and 3 would be rejected. The originator and beneficiary set there, asset type, amount, all that looks good. So now if Joel wants to confirm, or sorry, if Buck wants to confirm that transfer, we can just say he could send the RVASP confirm-E and set the callback. Let's see here, local host 5. Again. And you can see we get a TX ID back, signifying that the transfer has been completed. If we want, we can also just take another look at that transfer on the server, and it's moved to the approved state. So everything is looking good. Now, for the next part of the demo, we're going to be using the 21 Analytics test server. So let's say 2 new people. David Brown wants to send some cryptocurrency to Jessica Swan Lake. The problem is that while David Brown is on the same TRP solution as Joel Van Dyne, Jessica Swan Lake is registered with 21 Analytics. So David Brown's going to need to register himself with the 21 Analytics test server so that Jessica can get his LN URL. So let's do that registration right now. We'll register a customer. So the first name, David, second name, Brown. For the wallet address, I'm just going to use this generated Bitcoin address, and we'll set the virtual asset to Bitcoin. So you can see David Brown's been registered. We have a LN URL here that we can use. So let's just go ahead and create a transfer here. So here we will do an RVASP transfer. Give the LN URL. And then -b beneficiary. For the callback, let's do https://OpenVASP tests.io. Then we'll do transfer confirmation / and then for a transfer ID, let's give it same one we've been using. You can see the 21 Analytics test server has given a response back of version, which means it should be showing up here in the transactions field, and it is. So everything so far has been good. Now let's just approve this transfer. Looks like it went through, and we can look at the logs for our Kubernetes pod. You can see we got a 200 back from the 21 Analytics test server for transfer confirmation at this address. So things are working. And if we refresh on the 21 Analytics side, go to waiting, and you can see the transfer here is in the approved state.